Next up is the long-term goal. For this, I want you to think big. Think 3 to 5 years, or even 5 to 7 years out. In an ideal world, what would AT look like in your program? Would all students be efficiently and adequately considered for AT? Would there be a defined process that all staff could refer to or implement to consider, select, and implement assistive technology? These are just two examples, but by no means should they be your long-term goal verbatim. Make this process yours. Pause the video here and as a team, talk about where you envision your program being in 3 to 5 or 5 to 7 years from now. Oh, and write it down. You can use the strategic implementation plan template found on this steps page on the website. This long-term goal will be referred back to in the future to make sure we're moving in the right direction. For every step in the planning process from here on out, make sure that your objectives or your annual goal, the projects, and the action plan items help you move toward and help achieve that long-term goal. Now we're going to shift to the short-term objectives or your annual goal. Most teams think in terms of 1 year, typically a school year because of its starting and ending points, but your team can adjust the timing to something that makes more sense. In order to create your short-term objectives, think about what needs to happen for you to reach your long-term goal. What do you want to accomplish in this first year? A helpful hint, keep the objectives manageable for a year. If each objective is then broken down into 3 projects, which is then broken down into various action plan items, then 9 objectives eventually yields 27 projects and 100 action plan items. We don't want that. Depending on the short-term goal, most teams typically look at 3 to 4 for the year. Take a few minutes with your team and talk about the realistic and manageable short-term goals or objectives for this year. Remember to refer back to your long-term goal and make sure that these objectives help you move toward achieving that goal. And write them down in the strategic implementation template.